right, welcome back, gamers. This is Rick with Game Trade Media. We're still live from Origins Game Fair 2018 here on the showroom floor. I have got Tiffany from Deepwater Games with us. This is the first time I've had Deepwater Games on camera, but we've been talking to these guys for a while, since last PAX, about all the cool stuff you guys got going on. But now we get to show it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to show what you guys got, because you guys got some great stuff.
We do, yeah, and we have a lot of stuff. So I just realized my collar's up. Thanks, cameras. We partner with various publishers around the world and bring over titles that just haven't made it to the North American market yet. And so the biggest partnership that I think most people know us for so far is our partnership with Emperor S4 Games.
Okay.
So we have, so far from them, we have 7 titles released and available, coming to stores near you, if not already.
Okay.
And there's a whole range, and I could do a whole thing on them. But we're actually here to talk about Welcome To, which is originally from Blue Cocker Games, which we are bringing over for a Gen Con release. We've had a couple copies here at Origins to do like a pre-release sale thing, see how people like it, and luckily people are really liking it, so that's nice.
When you say people are really liking it, we can be honest here. You're out.
We're out. Oh yeah, no, we're sold out. We knew going in we would probably sell out.
Sure.
We didn't anticipate being in the top 10 on so many people's Origins lists.
Nice.
Yeah, we made the top 10, I think, on most all the major ones, which was awesome.
Good.
But it's one of those things, like, you order how many copies you're going to bring months in advance, and so we only had 100 copies a day to sell, and then we had pre-orders that people could do way ago.
Right.
And so we were limited it to 25 a day, and they would sell out in about a minute after doors. Like, we had people running. So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing to have happen.
No, it's not. It's a scary thing when you're standing in the aisle and
here
like,
they come.
Not a fan of runners, but speed walking I feel is okay. Yeah.
Big speed walking is good.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Welcome to Your Perfect Home.
Yeah. That's the subtitle.
What?
It's Welcome To, and then the idea is in the game, there's a little spot, and you write your town name. That's actually like the hardest part of the game, legitimately, is naming your town.
Okay.
Well, name a town. Can you think of a town name? What would you do?
Yeah, I would call it Claire.
You'd call it Claire?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was easy. Now, what if you played again? Would you call it Claire again?
No, I'd probably call it like Bud Lake.
But like, see, you've thought about this. Have you been like, have you been waiting for this moment? You were on it.
Literally have been waiting for this moment. It's like when I saw that the art and the thematic to it is that like the 1950s look.
Yeah.
I thought about the towns I've either lived in or have been in that have not changed.
Oh yeah.
And still have that 50s look.
For
Claire,
sure.
Bud Lake, Houghton Lake, all these places in Michigan.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, that makes perfect sense then, yeah. Now I know why you're ready. But you touched on it. So it's 1950s architect style.
Okay.
So the idea is it's the 1950s suburb boom. So when the housing developments and like the suburbs and all those subdivisions started being built for the baby boomers and like the families. So you are the architect planning one of those neighborhoods and subdivisions, and each player will get their own player sheet, and then you'll need a pen or writing device or something like that, because what you're going to be doing through the game is you're going to actually be planning the houses. So you have 3 streets, and you will be doing the housing numbers and construction for each of those streets. And every round, it's a simultaneous action selection game, so there's no turns. Everybody does everything at the same time.
Nice.
You have 3 options. So there are 3 decks that you can choose from with house numbers on them. And you're only going to pick one every round. And so you will pick one house number from the 3 available, and you will write that number on one of your 3 streets. And you can write it anywhere, but you need to be sequential. So lower to higher, and each street is independent. So you can have a 7 on this one, a 7 on this one, so on. That's the number part. The interesting part comes in these bonus actions. So each number has beside it a bonus action that is entirely optional. And these are where all your points come from. And I mean like literally all your points come from how you use these bonus actions. So there's different bonus actions that you can focus on and do. And so this one right here is increasing the value of estates. But you're going to track what you're doing on your player sheet. So if you want to build a pool, which is this one way down here, you would take the house number that is with the pool. So in this case, it was a 7. and you would find one of the houses on the player sheet that has a pool behind it.
Ooh.
And you would, if you wanted to build the pool, you would, I'm not going to write on it because it's not laminate, it's paper. But you would pick one of the houses with the pool, and you would put the 7 on the house, and then you would circle the pool in the backyard to say, yes, I built this pool.
Nice.
And then you would scratch off the lowest number value over here on this pool chart. And at the end of the game, you get, you score the lowest visible value still on this chart. So the more pools you build, the better, the more points you get.
Nice.
But the pools are only on specific houses. And you have to kind of plan and be like, oh, if I put a 9 pool here, that means I have to do a 10 pool here and that kind of stuff. And the numbers are actually a bell distribution. So there's more ones, or sorry, it goes 1 to 15, and 8 is the most common number.
Oh, okay.
So you have to keep that in mind. And the pools are very tortuously placed, so that decision comes difficult when you're talking about like the lower ends of the spectrum. So that's just one of the examples. You can also like build parks. You can hire construction workers. You can even, there's a thing that you can do to increase the number of houses you do every round. And so the decisions that you're making every round are more than just what number to write down. It's really what bonus action do I want to do, and do I want the number more than the bonus action? Okay. Sorry, the wind in here. You didn't think there'd be a breeze, but the AC goes.
They got it, yeah.
Yeah, they got a breeze. So it's like, oh, I really need a 7, but I really need this more. So do I go with the 7 with the bonus action that's or do I go for the bonus action that I really need with the number that I don't want? So that's the decision you're making almost every round. Okay. There's very little player interaction, which I know some people don't like, but there is some in the objectives. Okay. So there are 3 objectives available each game, and these are first person. Oh, if you want to actually flip it, I didn't put it out there on the right side. So there we go. So the first person to achieve that objective gets the higher numbered score, 10 points. And then once one person has achieved it, the card is flipped, and everyone else from then on, if they achieve that objective, they get 6 points. So multiple people can get these objectives, but this is the race. The first person to do it gets it better.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's like quick, a little bit more detailed welcome to.
No, that's good.
Yeah. But it's been really well received. There's a bar here that a lot of people go to. Have you talked about Bar on 2? Do people know?
Not really, but it does exist.
Yeah,
it is a thing.
There's a thing. It's attached to the convention center, and I've been going every night around a time. And there's a couple, and I'm not making this up. There's a couple that has been every night I go in there sitting and playing Welcome to. Right. And I introduced myself the first night, and I was like, hey, are you liking it? If you have any questions, let me know. And they were like, and they did come over, and they had one question, and then they played. And then the next night, I came in, and they were playing, and they like looked up, and they were and I was like, oh, okay. And then like last night, they were playing, and I was just like, wow. And so I went over, and I told them, I was like, hey, just so you guys know, you can laminate these, and then you're not going. And then they were like, I have a laminator at work. Like, I'm going to do this. So, yeah, anyway.
That's awesome.
It's really exciting for me.
Yeah, well, when you guys find a product that you want to put your heart and soul into, and then you find that other people are getting that joy from something that you guys obviously have invested blood, sweat, and tears into, it only can be rewarding.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, and we really brought it over because we wanted people to play it. We wanted people to be able to experience it and see it, because like it's one of those games where when you're working at a publisher, you're playing your games over and over and over again. You're doing them over and over and over again. But like we'll play these. This one, we'll play most of ours over and over. But this one is like, no, like we could play Welcome to.
Yeah. Like
I taught our booth staff, our volunteers, and they each got a copy as compensation for working the entire show for us.
Yeah.
And like I found out, because they had their own hotel room, I found out the next day, like they went back to the room and played again. Like they just wanted to play again. Yeah. And then they've done that a couple times now. Yeah. So
I'm going to ask somebody that's not on camera with us right now a question. Johnny is our switcher and editor and video guy in the back. What's the game you wanted most at this show, Johnny?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, he's okay. He'll be all right.
It'll be at Gen Con. And you can actually pre-order if you're going to Gen Con. Welcome to game.com for Gen Con pickup, and you can also pre-order for a July shipment of like an early, and then if you're not going to Gen Con, and then it'll be in stores in September.
Nice.
So
now, if anybody wants to follow Deepwater Games, what social media platforms should they be liking, subscribing to, all that stuff?
So we're on Facebook and Twitter primarily. We're on Instagram, but I'm bad at keeping up on it. So we are on Instagram. We check Instagram. We don't post a lot on Instagram. So Twitter and Facebook, and you can find the names for both of those at deepwatergaming.com.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just easier for the website because the Twitter, you know, you got to put underscores because somebody's got the name, stuff like that. So yeah, Twitter or Facebook.
Okay, perfect. And there you have it, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and showing us, Tiffany. We appreciate it. We love Deepwater Games. They have lots of other games in their library, so make sure you go find them on the interwebs so that you can find about all their games, like Herbalism.
Yes. Oh, I love Herbalism
which
so
is
much.
an amazing game. I
fun.
backed it. I got that in, and I had forgotten that it came with 2 other games because of backing. So I was like, as gamers will be when they get something that they forget about, and it's like a bonus. But Herbalism is another great game from Deepwater. So check them out. We'd also like to say thank you to Carolina Game Tables for letting us use this amazing streamer table. If you want to find out about Carolina Game Tables, go to carolinagametable.com because the streamer isn't the only one they have. They have many. Check it out. And finally, we are doing our big board game giveaway. The mystery prize box is growing and growing here at Origins, and there's being more added every day. And there'll be more added between now and the end of the month. So go to gtmgiveaway.com to enter, and that big shadow is not an illusion. It's about that many games and more. And one person is going to win that. Wow. It's going to probably be a freight shipment to them.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous how much stuff is on it.
That's like a refrigerator box.
It's a lot. So make sure you go check that out. And on that note, everybody, I'm Rick. This is Game Trade Media, live from Origins. See you at the game store.